Good evening. This is the Community Services Commission in Pinole. We welcome you if you're tuned in to listen to us. And I'd like to call the meeting to order, April 24th, 2024. First of all, I'd like to ask for a roll call. Maria, would you take that, please?
So Commissioner Martin,
Here.
Commissioner Ojeda, here. Commissioner Rupert,
Here.
Commissioner Teller.
Here.
And I do want to note that Commissioner Kopp and Commissioner Clark are absent today.
Yes. Thank you. Next item, we'll discuss the approval of the minutes for March 27th, 2024. Could I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted, please?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as submitted.
Could I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we approve the minutes for March 27th. Next item on the agenda is citizens to be heard, public comments. Citizens may speak under any item not listed on the agenda. The time limit is strictly 3 minutes and is subject to modification by the chair. Individuals may not share or offer time to another speaker. Pursuant to provisions of the Brown Act, no action may be taken on a matter unless it is listed on the agenda, or unless certain emergency or special circumstances exist. The commissioners may direct staff to investigate and or schedule certain matters for consideration at a future meeting. Please see the cover sheet of the agenda for instructions on how to submit public comments. Are there any public comments for tonight?
I don't see any hands online, Laurel, and
Okay.
we don't have any public comment here in the chamber.
Thank you. We'll move on to, at this time, we have no new business, but old business, significant topic for us tonight is Community Service Day, which is upcoming in May.
Thank you, Laurel. And before we get started, I just want to remind the commission to only discuss the items that are listed on the agenda. If you have a request for a future item, please email myself and Laurel. So for now, we will go into Community Service Day. Thank you. So we will start by reviewing the list of projects. The list of projects have been finalized and are available. They've been shared through the city's website, through the social media channels. We also have an online registration that is going on for the event. So the projects that we have here, we worked closely with the Public Works team. We also worked with staff from the Community Services Department to identify some projects, some indoor projects. So this year there'll be some painting projects at Fernandez Park. There's going to be the picnic benches will be one of the projects. The bleachers at Fernandez Park will be another painting project. Fernandez Park will also have, we're spreading wood chips as kind of one of the projects. At the Tiny Tot facility, this will be a little bit of an indoor and outdoor project because it's going to be a planter project. So they will be building planters for the Tiny Tot program to kind of start their a little bit of a little garden at the facility. So that's the project for Tiny Tots. At the Senior Center, we have a gift shop project that will be indoors, and we'll be working with one of our Senior Center gift shop volunteers for that project. We also have the Pinole Library Garden and Tennis Courts. That's the project that will be led by Anne and the Pinole Friends Water Creek. So they'll be leading that project. Well, they're going to do some weeding, some gardening, and also they normally offer their community cleanup. And that will also, they'll do the project at the library and the tennis courts, and then they'll do their community cleanup as well. And then we have Amber Swartz Park that Rotary Club will be leading, and that will be, cleaning any debris and weeding, and then spreading some wood chips in that area.
Will that be Rotary?
Rotary.
Assigned to that.
Usually Rotary takes the lead. Of course, there's always, if we need to send volunteers and we need more volunteers, we send them there. But usually Rotary has worked on that project. And then we'll have the Pinole, the community corner on San Pablo Avenue and Tennant Avenue. There'll be some weeding and spreading, replenishing kind of the wood chips there in that section. So we have a total of 8 projects this year for the event. So we have a wide variety, not so much. I know last year there was a lot of park focus. I mean, there's still park focus, but it's not just the weeding or spreading the wood chips. We have some painting projects. So a little bit of a mix of projects for this year's event.
And there are some people that, perhaps want to do something different, and they can walk the creek and check it, for any rubbish or anything.
Yes, that's usually been. Sometimes we do get community members that come in and just want to do a cleanup, and that's fine. We will have supplies. We'll have bags at the youth center in the morning. So if anybody wanted to stop by and get some of those for a project, an area that they wanted to clean on, there'll be some supplies with gloves and bags there for pickup.
Maria,
Yes.
did you say there'd be snacks in the morning and lunch?
Yes. So there will be refreshments. So in the morning there'll be some light, snacks, some fruit, some granola bars, some pastries, some coffee. So that will be in the morning, something light, prepackaged items, and then we'll also have lunch. We're gonna. The Bear Claw Bakery, which is right next to the youth center, we'll order some sandwiches from them to provide lunch after the projects, and we'll have water and just some drinks and stuff, refreshments at the end of the kind of the window of the volunteer projects.
So I noticed, of course, each participant will sign a liability waiver.
Yes, correct. So we'll have the registration form will be available. So registration, the window for registration will be from 8 to 9 before we start the project. So if anybody's interested in volunteering, they don't need to pre-register, but we did want to offer that option for anybody who wants to register in advance. So it's the online form of it. It doesn't look exactly like this, but it has all this information just because it's online, but it includes the liability and the waiver and everything. And then we'll have paper copies available on the day of the event for people to register as well.
Are we going to have signs around town?
Yes, so we are finalizing our lawn sign order for that we'll place out in the different areas of the community. So
Great.
Those should be here hopefully by next week, and then we'll put those out.
Excellent. Now, is Public Works putting those out, or?
The community services team will be putting those out in different
we could
areas.
even take some each in our
I
own
mean, if
areas,
somebody-
right?
That would be good if the commissioners wanted to come by and pick up one sign that you feel that is an area. I can reserve some signs for you to put out in the community, and then our team will put out the rest of the signs. So
Okay.
I'll let you guys all know when they arrive for that.
Do we have any questions about? Any questions about community service, about projects need to be approved, but anything, location is the same. Yes, Irma.
I have a couple of questions on the Community Service Day. I know I was part of it last year. You do have 8 projects, and you've got the painting, which are pretty new, bleachers and benches and stuff. I'd like to see more coordination in terms of who's in charge of each of these projects, so that we won't scatter all over the place and who's involved, who's in charge, who isn't, and that type of deal. And then have all 20 volunteers go to one project, and then all of the other ones be empty in terms of...
We have a board that we sign up, and when it's full, someone needs to select another project.
Right, but last year, we had a few things go wrong in terms of people not knowing where to go. But since we do have some new projects right now, I think it's important, like if it's Laurel, Debbie, or someone in charge of the group, and say, okay, we got to do this, it's over there. Give us instructions so we can give the people out there where to go, because they'll say, oh, well, go ask her and go ask, somebody else. And to me, I find it a little lost in some of these events because we don't have exactly one person in charge. And now that we added more projects, it would be nice to go smoothly and have maybe 10 on each volunteer. And then once that list is full of volunteers, like the painting, if they've got 15 and we only need 10, can we refer them to another painting area?
That'll be done at when they sign in.
Well, even when you sign in, they
But even
still
so,
do that.
that's okay if they
No,
vote.
If I can chime in on that, actually, that was another point that I had. I do have a sign location. I mean, we'll have the Public Works team, so they will also be at those locations helping, the volunteers, explaining what, they'll be doing. So the Public Works team will be there to support as well as the commissioners. That was another thing that I was going to identify here. We do have a couple, responsibilities, some tasks that have to be completed that morning. And I was going to go through and see, first I wanted to confirm who was going to attend. And that way we can go through the list and see, who wants to be at the registration table, who's going to serve refreshments. So I do have that on my line, on my items for us to discuss, so we can go to that.
And Irma, I'm sure you probably know, but Debbie and I go around to each project, and we take supplies and water and bags and that kind of thing, and we just check and see if there's any issues, and we'll check,
Right.
call that back in.
And that wasn't told to me last year. I'm just saying that it's important to know, like when you weren't there at some events, that you're out visiting other sites.
Sure.
Until after the fact, I found out you guys were out there visiting the
Yeah.
sites, making sure everything was going.
Right.
And then some people were coming to me and say, well, is there any water? Is there any this? And not being a newly member, it's nice to be, know what's going on so that I can be a part of, the group and make sure everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go smoothly.
Sure, no
People
problem.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes. And for our projects, some of the projects, like example, the senior center, there's an identified number of volunteers. So on that sign up list that we have, we'll in the meeting room, we'll have the different volunteer projects, and we'll have the list. So we'll identify we only need 4 people. For example, at this project, Tiny Tots, maybe they only need 6. So I will have that pre-identified so we know, and then we'll go through which we've done a good job, I think, before of kind of if we have a project that has been filled up and we see one that has nobody, we try to move them to that project to ensure. I think last year we didn't have a lot of volunteers, so there were a lot of projects that were left, that weren't completed, or there was some groups were very small and there was, it was a big project for them. So we'll be mindful of that as well as, and, we'll have to adjust. We have all this, a plan for what the event will look like. But if our volunteer turnout is not, high, then we will have to maybe eliminate some of our projects and focus on the ones that have already been started. Okay.
Yes, sounds good.
So just a recap. So arrival time usually is at 7:15 because we get ready for registration, and I'll send an email to the commissioners the week of the event, just reminding everybody, of our check-in, what time we'll start, a kind of an overview of the schedule. So I will send that out to the group, and then just wanted to confirm everybody here. Are you all available to attend and support with the event on
Yes.
I am not available.
the? Okay. Thank you.
I miss you.
I'll miss you too.
It's okay, though.
Okay, so we do have Irma, Debbie, and Laurel that will be available.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a neighbor who could come with me if you'd like.
Well, we'll have lots of volunteers, I'm sure, but I think for right now, let's focus on the commission and kind
And
of
we'll check
what
with the other
tasks commission
commissioners,
will
right,
do.
and see.
Yes. Okay. So we'll have a registration table. Do I have somebody that would want to take the lead on setting up the registration table, getting all the forms and everything? Is there anybody that wants to be responsible for that when you arrive?
Okay, Irma.
Irma, okay. You got to teach me though. Oh yes, I mean we'll guide you through it. It's our clipboards, it's our applications. I think you and Nicholas actually were on it last year, so you guys greeted them and stuff. So we'll have all the supplies. We do have some of the backpacks that we had, or the little drawstring totes I think that we had. So those we still have some left over. So we'll put those out along with the registration table when we get the volunteers when they arrive.
We'll all work together, Irma.
Okay, and then Debbie and Loreno, you guys noted you guys will be going around distributing the water and checking in on participants.
Right, once the projects have started.
Okay.
We can help you with the food or whatever
Some
else you need us
refreshments and
for.
stuff. Okay, perfect.
Sure.
So I'll note you guys down for the refreshments and
Sorry, I
lunch.
just volunteered you.
Setup.
It's okay. And garbage bags, we have to remember to bring garbage
Okay.
bags when we go around to the different.
So we need big garbage bags.
Yes, yeah, I did.
And
speak
water.
with Public Works, and I'll be purchasing the the refreshments and water and all of that.
Okay.
And we'll have that all available on the day of the event.
Do you need help with the coffee or anything like that, or?
No, I think I'll be okay, Laura.
Okay.
I'll pick up everything before I arrive
Okay.
on site, and then some of the items I'll get during the week and have them available at
Okay.
the youth center. So those are, I think, our community service, kind of the tasks. And I said I'll send an email to everybody just kind of recapping on that. Laurel, before we kind of close this item, we do have a public comment
sure.
on the line. So Rafael Menes, if you can please unmute.
Welcome, Raphael. Hello.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Raphael. Nice to hear you.
Nice to hear you too. So I just wanted to call in to sort of follow up on Irma and Maria's comments a bit. Would it be possible to write down the number of people you need to, volunteers you need to have signed up for a project on the big sort of sheets that you're going to have up that people are going to be signing up on? I assume if it's going to be like prior years, because I think that might be helpful.
I think we plan to do that, put it on boards as they sign up, Raphael, and then.
Just like say, not just have the signatures on there, but have like, we need 4 volunteers
Yes.
written on the sheet.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all just for I'd suggest that.
Was that all you wanted to say?
Yep, that's all I want to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Raphael. Hope to see you there.
Plan on it.
Are there any more questions about Community Service Day? Okay, we're good to go. We're excited. So,
I have one more comment.
anything else from you?
I do have Community Service Day flyers here for the commissions. If you guys want to take some at the end of the meeting and put them out, you know,
Yes.
at any of locations, or share them, you know, with anybody that you might be who might be interested in participating. There is a scan code here that that takes them to the website where they can register online. But again, registration is not required.
Right.
You can register on the day of the event.
Excellent. So the next item on the agenda, if we're finished with that one, is community outreach and engagement.
I could go ahead and talk about the theater gala, if that would
Sure.
be okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's coming up. It's this Saturday. It's coming fast. This is the 15th annual David Clark Dinner Show. It's going to be, the theme is a prom night, so if people would like to dress up, they can. And a lot of people are going to. Saturday, April 27th at 6:30, St. Joseph's School Multi-Use Hall on Plum Street. And there's a wonderful dinner, prizes, silent auction, and apparently we're going to dance. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It always is. The entertainment should be, you know, a lot of fun. So, you know, we don't take people coming in at the event, and normally we'd have it closed up by now, but we don't. So if you would still like tickets, let me know.
Are those tickets or just information?
This the information.
Thank you.
You can log into the website, order your tickets, and whether you'd like steak, chicken, or it's a ravioli with spinach, I believe. Yeah. I wanted all 3, but I can only pick one.
That's great, Debbie.
Thank you very much for letting me share that.
So, Maria, did you want to lead on the community outreach engagement?
Yeah, no, if there's anybody else, this is an opportunity for the commissioners, you know, if there's if there's something that you're working on in the community, or if there's an update or an event like Debbie just provided. So just keeping it to those items. Again, if it's something else out of that scope of the outreach or engagement, then it's something separate for our agenda.
The Lions Club is small, but we did provide a bench, Trex bench, to Stewart School for the garden for the little ones, working in conjunction with the Pinole Garden Club.
Nice.
Sure.
I don't know if I should ask you here questions about, you know, the Fire Station 74 is having an anniversary, an announcement.
Yeah,
I
you
make
can
it?
provide an announcement on that,
Yeah.
Irma. Yes, because it's a
And,
community event.
It's May 11th, Saturday from 10 to 2, and it's an open house celebration of 1-year anniversary. the service between Confire and the city of Pinole. There's going to be a lot of booth and information given out. What I'd like to know, Maria, from you, maybe I need to go to the city manager. Who is in charge of putting the banner for the firefighters and also for other events that we're having banners up by San Pablo, and advertisement? Is it our place, or do you know who's in charge in our city for advertisement?
We don't have, and that's an item that we'll have to discuss out of for if you have a question regarding the banner that went up at the firehouse, that would be a question for the city manager's office, maybe Fiona. The other
okay.
banners, just to be clear, we don't have any, besides city banners. City banners out for any of our events are usually put up by city staff, but we don't have, there's not a designated location.
So go
in
to her
Pinole.
then.
Yeah.
Fiona, I'll do that tomorrow. And the other thing is, I was going to ask you, I checked with the marketplace today, and we have, you sent out this brochure of all the events. Is it possible that I can forward this to her? She asked me, because I was interested in doing some other advertisement. She says, well, if your city's having events, send them to us so we can have them. Because they need a month in advance before they put them on the marketplace. So I was thinking, do I go through you or should I go through Fiona again?
For those, if you could share the contact information with me for the person for the marketplace, and then we'll have our team share out all of our events. That would be a great contact for us to have. I know we do share through, I'm going blank right now, through, it's the other like online local, the patch, thank you. The patch.
Yeah.
We have a contact with the patch and we send stuff to them
Yeah.
directly. But if you have a direct contact with the marketplace, please share that to me. I know Fiona does some sharing of some events, and
Right.
she shares information. So we don't want to do double of that because
Right.
she takes the lead. So I can touch base. If you have a contact, if you can share it with me,
Right.
and then I'll touch base with Fiona, because then we can share, because each member of our team, whenever we're advertising an event like Senior Center, they usually send their information to the patch directly. We have Jalen on our team as well, who has been sending information. So we have different
Right.
points of contact.
But
in our
my
team.
point is, the marketplace goes out to 50+
Yes.
thousand people. It's a hard copy, and it costs nothing to put it on the event schedule. However, I am going to get a price as to how much it costs to advertise, because I think it's important that we, go out and advertise to all surrounding areas and not just Pinole. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I will reach out to the city manager and Fiona, and I was given the okay with the fire station 74 anniversary, but I will pursue it at a higher level at this point.
Yes. Yeah, we can definitely connect. I know that Fiona does some sharing. She's our lead that shares all of our, communications through the city. So I will touch base with her and make sure that we have, a space available.
Oh,
there.
no
So,
problem.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just want to remind people that the car show is June 25th. It's a little time off, but it's a nice event.
Yeah, and June Pride is June 9th, Sunday.
19th, I thought.
No, it's Juneteenth is June 9.
Oh, the
Yeah, Pinole Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yes, it's there. And just to clarify, the car show, it is June 23rd. It's Sunday, June 23rd.
Sorry.
That is the car show date. And then, yes, Pride and the Juneteenth event is June 9th.
and I believe we have a banner for them from last year, the June, and the car show too, but the June Pinole Pride. I think we have a.
Yes,
So
we
we
do
start
have some
putting those
some
up.
banners and some signage that we had that are. We have so many events that are happening back to back. That we're doing Community Service Day. Once Community Service Day wraps up, then we go into the Pride and Juneteenth event.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Can we invite you, Christine, to mention anything at the senior center?
Is it on? Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Christina Santoyo. I'm the recreation coordinator for the Pinole Senior Center. So to kind of echo the sentiments that Laurel had mentioned, along in conjunction with the car show, the Pinole Senior Center will also be hosting a pancake breakfast. So from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., we'll be serving a nice hearty breakfast of pancakes, eggs, fresh fruit, orange juice. So the meal will be $12. It's open to anybody who would like to come. They can enjoy their meal inside the main hall of the senior center, or they can take it to go and bring it back to their cars. And so we're open from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and we usually get a very large crowd. Our kitchen specialist, Chef Tara, will be on deck with support of our wonderful volunteers. They will be there bright and early, making all the pancakes and the bacon. So we have that going on at the Senior Center. And then also coming in July, we have our Summer Craft Fair on Saturday, July 27th. So registration will open on Monday, May 20th to members of the Senior Center first. And then on Tuesday, May 21st, to the general public. And so we've already received a lot of large inquiries of returning vendors and brand new vendors. And it will be taking place in the main hall of the Senior Center, as well in the lobby. At our last fall craft fair, we had over 50 vendors and a turnout of over 300 participants. And it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., not 3 a.m., I'm sorry. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, July 27th at the Senior Center. So those are just some of the exciting summer events we have planned for the Senior Center. So come on down. It's going to be a fun summer with us.
Can I just thank you for all you do? That's a lot.
Me too.
And it all sounds wonderful.
Thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate that,
Christina.
Debbie. Thank you.
Do we have any further comments on community outreach? Anything else, Maria, from community outreach?
No, nothing else on my end, and we don't have any public comments.
Will you be
online either.
contacting, excuse me, but will you be contacting schools prior to sending information on Community Service Day?
Yes, the flyer has been uploaded to the district's Peach Jar system, so that has been approved by the district and will be distributed, I believe, early next week. It's it's an email that is sent out to all of the parents in the Pinole schools. So they're going to get a copy of the flyer and a list of the projects as well.
Great. Thank you. Hearing no more comments, unless anyone has anything else, I'll call to adjourn the meeting.
Excuse me, is this for next month meeting? Are we going to talk about next agenda stuff, or should we wait for next month for the new recreation director?
The agenda, any agenda requests have to be added onto the, so what we have on the agenda currently is what we're discussing right now. And for the month of May, we'll have new items on the agenda. And if you're interested in having anything specifically that you haven't already sent to me, then email that to me, and then I will discuss that with Laurel. But for right now, we do have some items from the last request, Irma, that are going to be added to the May meeting.
That you sent me an email for?
Yes, correct. So those are for the May meeting.
Wonderful. Okay, that's what I'm referring to. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And will we have perhaps June and July, or over summer? Will we close after the May meeting, or?
That will be
June?
something to discuss with I know usually, I will have to
Maybe
go
it's
back and look. I think
June.
it's June we run, July we close. So I'll go back and look at
Okay.
the notes from the previous days that I know there's a little summer break that the commission does go on after, I believe it's after we do a debrief on Community Service Day, and then there is a break. So I'll go back and look at those notes, and then I'll bring it back to the commission for the next meeting.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, Christina, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And I adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Laurel. Thank you.